inside.
Oh, he's been brilliant with me, and you know what? I actually probably have to thank him, because you know he gave me the opportunity today after my performance on Wednesday. It weren't the best at all, so thankful for him, and hopefully I repaid him.
Well done, Jack. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. All the best.
See ya.
And now we better get back to his manager for the debrief in the dressing room. That was refreshingly honest and personable from Jack Grealish.
Yeah, it was, yeah. You don't usually see that honesty with some players after a game, but he spoke about his performance midweek. He was certainly a lot better today. Got 55 seconds will help that, but getting into an area where he should be getting more goals, in and around that 6-yard box, where he'd have to think about it, gets himself in there where it hurts, and he sticks it away and he gets a goal. So he should be doing that a lot more, and someone of his ability, as he spoke about there, more assists, more goals, and he'll be fine.
Well, he wanted Kevin De Bruyne to assist him. He certainly did after 55 seconds.
Yeah, he's got his fair share, Kevin De Bruyne, hasn't he? You see why? Because he's just superb at putting that ball into the danger area. He's the one that gives, and then you can see him, he's on his bike already. Look, he knows exactly, he's seen the picture before anyone else. Put it into the danger area and hoping that someone gets on the end of it, and someone has to when there's balls like that. You've got so many options. You've got the three of them there, Grealish, Haaland and Silva at that far post, and one of them has to, and Jack did that. So that'll do his confidence the world of good. It's really refreshing listening to him saying he has to do better, he has to score more goals, he has to get more assists, because you know you don't need anyone to tell you that it hasn't gone as well as you'd have hoped. You know yourself. When you look in the mirror after a performance on a game, or you analyse your season, what you've had, or the season up to now, he'll be the first to say, no, it hasn't been good enough. And he has to get better. And it really was refreshing listening to someone actually say, yeah, I've got to improve and I've got to do better, because the ability that he has, we all agree on that.
Someone who doesn't need more goals is Erling Haaland. He's scoring them for absolute fun at the start of his City career. And as we mentioned at half-time, this is first he scored outside the box since August 2021.
Yeah, and as I said, I'm sure he's hit goals that is more sweetly than he hit this one. But again, being direct, knowing exactly what he wants to do before he gets the goal. As we spoke about earlier, the body position of Max Kilman probably helps him out, makes his mind up for him. But as soon as he gets into this area here, it's about being direct. Can I get my shot off but hit the target at the same time? And in those scenarios, when you've got a defender directly in front of the goalkeeper, it doesn't have to be a clean strike. Even if you just catch it wrong, as he has done there, and it bobbles into the corner, the keeper can't react, and again, it's another goal for Erling Haaland.
Just a 14 in 10.
Is that all? Not bad, is it? Goodness me.
And only one penalty, I'm hastening to point out.
What a player. The number of chances that this City team creates, we said before the game that he'll score a hatful of goals. He just has to be in that right place when the balls are coming up to him, and he sniffs it out. There's no one better at doing that at the minute than him. And as I said, if he stays injury-free, which is no reason why he shouldn't, because Pep's managed him really well, he's going to have a long break during the World Cup, so he'll come back refreshed, and yeah, he'll be. You know what I like about him? He's got one. His team have won 3-0, although they've been a bit of a cruise for them today. At every opportunity, he's moaning at his teammates when the ball's not coming in, and I get that, and I see that, and I love that.
I think does it remind you of anyone?
Brilliant.
Yeah. 3-0 Phil Foden. I mean, he's getting in these areas more and more often now as well, isn't he?
Well, it's almost like they understand now that that's where the goal, you're going to get a large portion of your goals. I mean, again, De Bruyne is heavily involved, as we'll probably see in the next clip. But again, Foden bursting into the box, getting across that front post. As I said, you haven't got to get a good contact. He does that there. But this is kind of the angle here, because you just keep your eyes on De Bruyne. He knows exactly where Haaland wants the ball in that space. Just roll it in the heart, roll it in behind, wait a pass. Foden bursts into the box, but again, it's all about De Bruyne. Can he get on that overlap and then put the ball into a dangerous area? Probably not his best cross, but because Foden's made the movement to get across the front post, gets a clean contact on it, into that far corner. Great finish.
It's a very similar goal to the first one. It's a similar position. Kevin De Bruyne coming on the overlap, creating a 2v1 situation, which is almost impossible for Wolves to defend that because of the ability. So you create that space for yourself, as he has done, and then he just whips it in, knowing that someone should get on the end of it. It sounds so simple, but it's not. But the good thing about De Bruyne is he sees that picture half a second before everyone else, and that's why he's got so much space, because because there's not many players on the same wavelength. There's certainly the defenders on. By the time they've realised the defenders, it's too late. He's got that picture already. He's too quick.
So, 3 goals and 3 points for Manchester City. Very comfortable in the end against the 10 men of Wolves. When we come back, we will see what their manager thinks about it all. Didn't need to get out of his seat for the first 2 goals. Another good day for Pep Guardiola. And his thoughts are next.
Pep, excellent win. What did you make of the performance?
Well, the game started really well for us, for this goal, for the second after red card, and after Champions League 12:30 come here against this team with the quality they have with Neves, Moutinho, Neto, Guedes, Podense, so they have the quality to keep the ball. The transition are so fast. So yeah, it was an incredible victory. The first 50-20 minutes, and the second half until we didn't score the third goal from Phil, we struggled a lot. We cannot take the ball, and big compliment for the Wolves for fight until the end. But of course for us is before the international break and being on top, and it was so important.
You talked about Jack Grealish earlier, and you gave a ringing endorsement of the player. You said it would just be a question of time before he started to come on. It took 55 seconds for you to be right.
Yeah.
He had a good game.
Yeah, he played really good and strong, and he make a good goal arriving there, and he's a guy who doesn't lose the balls, and yeah, it was a good performance for him, so hopefully he can continue in the national team and come back fit.
And you were talking about Kevin De Bruyne, Phil Foden, getting around him, giving him help. Did you see that today?
Yes, he got to arrive, and yeah. So in moments we were good, and other ones we struggled a little bit, but I give credit for the opponent, not because we were wrong.
Everyone disappearing now on international duty, just keep your fingers crossed, is that right?
Yeah, the manager disappeared too, not just the players. Yeah, finger crossed, come back fit. Of course, national league is important for them, for the convince the manager for the World Cup selection, so I understand how important it is for all of them. But yeah, hopefully they come back good and start ready for the derby.
Thanks, Pep. See you soon.
You're very welcome.
Yes, the derby at the Etihad is next up for Manchester City. He's smiling there, the Manchester City manager, but as I say, he didn't get out of his seat for the first
single minute. Of course, that's not possible, but he wants to be as close to that as possible. And when they don't have possession of the ball, particularly against 10 men, which they didn't in the second half, certainly early parts of the second half, then you could see he was getting angry, and rightly so. And that's the demands that he puts on his players, because he wants them to be at the very top level, not only in the games, but also he's like that in training as well. He'll be moaning away at his players, keep possession of the football, keep trying to hurt the team. When he gets one, he wants another one and another one, and that's his character.
I don't think he wants complacency, and I think certainly second half we saw a little bit of that creep in, because they were so comfortable first half. They probably thought they could come out second half and blow Wolves away down to 10 men. It didn't work that way, and I can understand why. Even in that interview there, you see he wasn't completely happy. His side's just won 3-0, but yet you can quite see there's something still bothering him. So he wants perfection, as I was saying there, or as close to as he can, but he won't stand for complacency at all, because that could, and any other day, if Wolves come back and get a goal, the outcome could have been a little bit different. So I can understand his frustration.
Right, Mr. Bent, this is the moment in the show where you assume the responsibility of neutral pundit, because next up we are off to St James's